guys, we're back for another tea talk with Lake Missoula Tea Company, and it's Ganilla and I again, and I'm Heather. I'm one of the owners of Lake Missoula Tea Company, and today we're going to be talking about matcha. I work with Ganilla and help guide some of the blends we do, and I'm going to let Ganilla introduce herself this time.
Hi, I'm Ganilla, and I've been, I don't even know, what am I? That kind of
research and development.
Yeah, but you kind of said all the stuff.
So now she feels like she's repeating herself, but actually she's not. So research and development. Here's Ganilla. We work together. You might be able to tell. And today we thought it was a good idea to demonstrate how to make matcha. And Ganilla's really good at it. She's one of the tea tenders, and she's just got it down. So she's going to be the lead on this today, showing that. And we'll both be talking about matcha and what we know about it. Yeah. Okay, Ganilla's going to be demonstrating how to brew, or how we brew just a straight matcha. So you can get matcha many ways. Like, I'm sure if you guys are into matcha, you may have had a matcha latte at a tea shop, a coffee shop. We're just showing without the milk. We're just doing a straight matcha.
Straight matcha.
What is matcha? Well, matcha is tea, green tea that is ground up into a powder. I don't know if in China they were doing this, but I can certainly tell you that in Japan, when they make matcha now, they shade the bushes. And when they shade the bushes, different things happen chemically with the leaf. You get more chlorophyll, for one thing. And so you're gonna find this, I'll bring this up so you can see. You're gonna see this really bright green. The bright green is also an indicator of the quality of the matcha. So.
Matcha does not like light and air, so you want to keep your matcha in a tin that is sealed, not a glass jar or anything.
And we recommend refrigerating, right? Yeah, it'll last longer that way. And we know this really easily at the tea shop when we have little sniffing jars around for all the blends. We do put matcha in there. It turns gray really quickly, like almost like a chalky gray. So it's a really easy way to understand. Oh, I should be keeping this, sealed.
Yeah.
All right. You'll notice that our matcha, when you buy it at the shop, or you might be buying it in a grocery store, or you might be getting it online. That our smaller versions come in a tin, and inside the tin you'll actually find a metallic bag with the tea in there, or the matcha in there. Just keep it in this. And if you're getting it in a bag from us, just make sure it's sealed and keep it refrigerated. It'll do wonders for you. Okay, we're going to demonstrate how we make matcha in the tea shop, and Ganilla's going to talk about some of the standard tools.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I guess it's an art in Japan to kind of perfect this process. They call it the tea ceremony. We're not attempting to do that. We're just showing you how we make it. And to the degree that you start to make it the tea ceremony, it goes into much more depth, and it's very concentrated on the movement. And yeah, so go for it, Ganilla. Let's see what you got.
First, I want to heat up the bowl, because you don't want to use very hot water with matcha. Matcha is sensitive to heat. So, and then I'm just gonna rinse the whisk a little bit.
It's actually getting the bamboo ready to be the whisking, right?
Yeah.
To do that.
Soften it so it doesn't break, and then you want to pour that away.
Thank you. So I can tell the bowl is warm.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna pour a tiny bit of water in again.
She just poured like a tablespoon, not very much.
And then I'm gonna take a sift, or what are these called? A little
sifter, yeah.
Matcha clumps, and it's like you just want to bind together the powder, and you don't want to get that in your mouth. So just sift your matcha into that little bit of water. And it doesn't take a lot of matcha to make. People always try to
maybe use too much.
Yeah.
If you find when you're drinking matcha, if it makes you a little nauseous, like the caffeine might, one thing, just have a bite of something, that feeling will go away, but use less matcha too. So we're shooting for 2 grams. It's not very much. 2 grams is quite small. But I call this making matcha mud at this point. That's my step. It's like, remember the matcha mud.
So I just want to take the whisk and just go up and down the sides, make sure all the powder gets incorporated into the water. if you're making lattes or other kind of drinks, always start with this like simple matcha water step first. Matcha tends to wanna like clump to fats.
So don't use milk. Don't use milk first.
Yeah.
Number one rule.
Always matcha and water. No matter what kind of drink you're ending up with, just start with the matcha and the water. It makes such a smooth and beautiful drink. That is it, and then you just top it off with the water. And that's all there is to not all there is, but it's very simple to make straight matcha.
And I always like to say, you can make matcha as complicated or as simple as you want to. So we're using all these accoutrements and tools, very specific and kind of mimicking at some level how to make the tea ceremony. I've actually seen people just take a water bottle, shake, 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 and they drink it.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're trying to get out of matcha. Some people really like the ritual of it. It's calming to them.
Yeah.
They like the feeling and the joy they get out of seeing this because it's very pretty.
Sense of slowing down and just having a moment of peace and quiet and not needing to rush anywhere, but
kind of
enjoy
that slow.
Yeah.
Where if you're shaking it in a water bottle, you're drinking it for a different reason.
Yeah, here like we can make a matcha in a jar, and some water.
So this might be when you don't have the bowl, you don't have the the bamboo whisk. These are made out of bamboo.
And you don't have the time. Like
You're
it's
in a
perfectly
rush.
fine that you don't have time to sit down.
You're going to use this battery whisk, and then this is what you'll see often happening when you get a latte or you're getting a tea or a matcha at a cafe or something like that. And it'll get the whisk. It gets it pretty well, but it does help to have it go into water first, like Anila said. And even if you're making a latte, don't put the milk in first. You would then put the milk in now. People often ask us, what's the ceremonial matcha versus any other matcha? You know what? It's a classification more or less devised for American consumers or non-Japanese consumers. Japanese tend not to classify it like that. They kind of look at each matcha from a family or a particular area, and they'll say, oh, I like it like this, or I like it like that, and I like it for this time of day or that time of day, where they're completely classifying it in a different way for Americans. They're saying, this is ceremonial, it's this particular grade, and this one's a lower grade. It's not necessarily done like that in Japan. So just kind of keep an open mind about it. The bottom line is, drink the matcha you like. It's the most important. With any tea, the best tea is the tea that you like. And apply that concept to matcha. Which one do I like? Do I like this one with a little bit of milk, or do I like this one straight by itself? So consider that when you're drinking your matcha. You're gonna find it, I think you're gonna feel rejuvenated. You're just gonna kind of feel like this.
My daughter loves drinking matcha in the mornings.
So does my daughter.
Before going to school, she's in high school, and she just gets this focused energy. It's not like a body feeling. It's like she's ready to start the day and learn and study, and I feel the same way.
That's really cool.
Matcha. It's like this focused brain energy almost.
That's great.
Compared to other types of caffeine that is more
like jittery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to like just blah. Yeah.
And you can, matcha can be drink. You can make matcha cold and hot. So I really like cold matcha because it eliminates the tannins. So it just makes a sweeter drink.
When it's cold, you find it that way? Yeah. We have several matchas, and some of them, like Anila is saying, some of them lend themselves to being cold, some of them lend themselves to be served hot. We have a wild strawberry matcha. I think that one always begs for milk. And you get hot or cold with that one.
I love that one iced or
you
cold.
Like it, you like it cold. And then we have just our Mammoth Matcha. We're sort of demonstrating here with our Mammoth Matcha, which is just our straight matcha. And we have a honey matcha. So if you kind of don't like that bite, that green bite you get with matcha, consider the honey matcha. It's just blended with honey, so it's got dried honey in it. And the honey is actually surprisingly really light. You can sort of detect it, but you're not, if you didn't tell somebody, they wouldn't know it was in there.
It just cuts that bitterness of the matcha.
Sure,
It makes it more palatable.
It's like a step. It's like if you're wanting to learn more about it, that's like a baby step to try that. Yeah. When you want to make a really frothy matcha, the temperature is pretty important. You probably won't get as frothy with a cold, but you will get it with the hot. If it's 212, boiling, too hot. Just let it sit for a couple minutes. 185 is perfect for making that frothiness. We hope you enjoyed this. We hope you're more curious about matcha. Send us questions, come into our tea shop. You can even make comments down below and ask us questions, like us. We're really willing and excited to help you with your matcha questions. Talk to you guys later. Bye.